I'm here to check on hive number 1. I just got back from vacation. Did not get to check them before I left, so it's been a couple weeks. Today is May 2nd and 2026, and hive number 1. May 2nd, 2026, hive number 1. I do not see nearly as much activity as I should be seeing at this point. They've been fine. There's been brood. So I'm gonna do it. It started raining yesterday. It rained all night and all day, and it finally cleared up this afternoon. They might not be in a great mood because they've really only had this afternoon several hours to work. So, but I'm gonna check them and see what's going on. I do have a main hive and a super on this hive. Double gloving. In case they're in a bad mood. We'll see. They're usually pretty good. But we've been in a terrible drought. And then we finally got 3 inches of rain last night and today. So hopefully soon they'll have more to work on and be happy campers. Hey girls. You know I'm going to chat. Hey girls. How's everybody? Hey. Not as much activity as I would like. Let's see what's going on. No hive beetles in that trap. No hive beetles in that trap. That's wonderful news. Just take a look at the frames there. It's built out and there is no food in there. So they are not storing. They got some pollen in here. And looks like some nectar and pollen in here. Hey girls. Looks like they got a little wonky hive, a little wonky comb, which I don't really like. But they're storing pollen and nectar. That's a good thing. Pollen and nectar. Pollen and nectar. Some wonky comb. So, quick check. Pollen and nectar and continuing to build out a little bit of comb. Girls. Just me again. Looks like pollen and a tiny bit of honey. Tiny bit of honey, with mostly pollen. So they've got a little bit of capped honey. A little bit of wonky comb here. Alright. Got, again, don't need that beetle. We got some little tiny bit of capped honey, some pollen, and pollen. We've been in a terrible, terrible drought. So again, a little bit of pollen, and they're still working on building out this home. So lots and lots of room for them still, but it's been a tough spring so far, for sure, because it's been so dry. So alright, let me check this lower hive. As I said, it just does not seem as active as it should be right now. So I'm going to go ahead and move this super. I'll put you right back, girls. And I'm going to check what's going on here. In the main hive. So I have a bunch of bees, not a bunch, but a few that are deceased. Got stuck in that. Alright, let's see what we got down here in the main hive. Looks like the majority of the bees are in the center, which I know the mama would be in the center. Let's see what we got going on here. Very heavily waxed and not built out at all. So she may have no place to lay, and that may be the problem, is that well, she's got plenty of places to lay, and none of it's laid, so. Alright. See what we got going on here. Frame 3. No food. Some pollen. This is the only concentration of bees I see is right in the center as far as normal concentration of bees, and it's not normal. Alright, so we've got some pollen and not even built out frame. Alright, let's see what goes on here. In the center of my smoke. Aggravate everybody. Okay, so let's see. Not much food, honey, nectar. I don't see any brood. Okay, there's some definitely male bee. I don't know what that is on that bee. An old, worn out bee. It does not look super healthy, I gotta say. Something's going on. This is not what I expected. Usually if I have an unhealthy hive, sorry guys, sorry. Usually if I have an unhealthy hive, it's gonna have a lot more small hive beetles and things like that, which I don't have in here. But I do not have healthy brood. A little bit of honey on this frame. Okay, and there's a queen right here. I don't know if she's, sorry guys, I don't know if she's not laying or just not laying efficiently, but there's no, it doesn't look like they're trying to replace her. So I'm looking at the queen. I don't see any mites on her. She's kind of small. I'll put her back in here. I'm not sure why I'm not seeing any brood. Unless they just don't have enough to feed them, so they're not. There's just not enough food in here, that's for sure. Alright, I'm gonna swap out one of these. How's that? There was brood before I left, and now there's no brood. I see a queen. She looks young. I don't see anything, like some of the bees don't look right, but I'm not sure what's going on here. Something's amiss. And get them back down in the bottom. Put the queen excluder on. Put the super on. And close them up. Check them in a week. Hey everybody, here we go. You ready? Get me back on. Smoke. Unless they swarmed while I was gone or before I was gone and I missed it somehow. I don't know how, because I was watching them pretty closely. Yeah. I have to keep an eye on that one. If she doesn't start making some good brood pattern, we're gonna have to make some kind of change. That was hive number 1, May 2nd, 2026.